morning. It is Tuesday, October 23rd, 2018, 24 minutes after 7 o'clock, and you are listening to AM Ocala Live. And we are broadcasting live from the Paddock Mall just outside the WOCA commissary, where you, too, can get a bite to eat. How about make it generic today, Robin? Just to make it a little generic.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Good morning,
I like
partner.
generic. Good morning, Larry. How are you?
Good. You're really loud.
Good.
Really loud. Not you, but this. 63 degrees right now. 82 is the expected high. There is about a 70% chance we'll see rain today. Where'd that come from? I don't think it was here yesterday. Tomorrow, Wednesday, about a 25% chance of rain with highs around 82. 81 is the high for Thursday with an 80% chance of rain. And then the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, looks like lows each night in the lower 60s, even the lower 50s. Bringing us to Monday, they're still saying the upper 40s Monday night and Tuesday night. So some cooler temperatures moving in. And I don't want to say anything about this hurricane hitting Mexico. Or let me make sure I have this information here. But I mean, it's heading from the Pacific up into Mexico. It's called Hurricane Willa, not Willis. I was calling it Willis yesterday.
Willa.
Willa.
Oh, okay.
And it is heading like northeast, which means it'll probably break up once it goes over land, and once it hits Texas, it'll enter the Gulf of Mexico. Looks like to me.
Gosh.
That's what it looks like to me, right?
It could gain strength then.
That's what I'm thinking. Once it hits the Gulf of Mexico, so we'll keep an eye on that one. I know it's very unusual. I guess I'm an amateur weatherman, but it's very unusual to see a storm from the Pacific actually cross over the continent, or the central part of the two continents, I guess.
Yeah.
What do you call that area? Anyway, so cross over Mexico and into the Gulf. Let's see. Got a good morning this morning. 7:35 news and commentary. I think you know how we do that. 8 o'clock, Galen Unold will be on. We'll talk about the World Series a little bit. He'll educate me because I always forget. He probably told me every year for the last 20 years. But I also want to ask him if he's a fan or not of certain things.
Oh, okay.
Fan or not. And I have like 12 things I guess I'll ask him about.
Nice.
And you as well. News bites at 8:35. That's when we stop trying to be funny and we simply read the news. We stop trying to be analysts and we simply read the news. In other words, we simply read the news, and we're able to get between 25 and 30 stories into that segment by doing that. Carol Ann will be here today. Carol Ann Baldwin is our master gardener. She volunteers to come in here each Tuesday and educate us about our lawns and our gardens, and it's a great opportunity for you to call in. And remember, she has a companion Facebook page that goes with the show. So if you want to post a photo of something you have a question about, it's easier for her to diagnose that mealybug or whatever it might be on her Facebook page, which is in the garden. So
Hurricane Willow looks like it's shooting a bird.
Yeah, it does. Matt Gibbs will be here. Auto repair with personal care. Yesterday, a light came on in my car, and by the way, it went out this morning, Robin.
Oh, well, thank God.
And it was telling me my gas cap was off. And I got up, and the gas cap was on, and I said, "What the heck?" I took it off, put it back on, and went back in. The light was still on. Then this morning, I'm driving in, the light went off.
Well, that's wonderful.
I'm going to have to ask what that means. I hate lights.
Less stress this morning
Idiot
for you,
lights,
then.
they call them, right?
Yeah, that's me, idiot light.
Reverend Kaiko Hoshino is coming on to talk to us about the laws of the sun. S-U-N.
Yes.
One source, one planet, one people.
Yep.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be philosophical in nature, right?
That's right. Yuho Okawa's book.
Oh, Mr. Okawa. Dr. Michael Engel is coming on at 10:50. He's a research affiliate talking to us about Natural History's Innumerable Insects. Oh, I love this book.
Isn't it cool?
Oh, you're going to love this book. This is a great book about bugs. Ray Cairns is the Senior Vice President of Corporate Affairs for Bayer, the people who make the aspirin. He's got an Alka Rocket Challenge.
Yeah, he comes on every.
Oh, he's from the Kennedy Space Center. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see. Okay.
From the Kennedy Space Center. Yeah, he's pretty.
And finally, Dr. Christopher R. Ellis is a cardiovascular medicine specialist. I'm going to say whoo-hoo because you know why? There's no political guests. Oh gosh, yesterday we had what, 3 of them?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was.
These guys want to believe that they know everything. We'll be right back.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Turkey's president says there's evidence the death of a Saudi Arabian journalist in his country was premeditated and not an accident, as the Saudi government claims, and that the men responsible should be tried in Turkish courts.
This incident happened in Istanbul, and we have, as a result, responsibility.
President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's also asking, where's Jamal Khashoggi's body? President Trump tells a crowd in Houston they have to re-elect Senator Ted Cruz.
The people of Texas are going to re-elect a man who has become a really good friend of mine. You know, we had our little difficulties, right?
He called him Lion Ted throughout the Republican primaries for president in 2016. Former President Obama says campaigning for Democrats in Nevada.
This November's elections are more important than any I can remember in my lifetime, and that includes when I was on the ballot.
This is Fox News.
24/7, 365. You're up and at 'em every day, so you don't want something like Medicare Part D to slow you down. At Walgreens, we'll take care of your Medicare Part D prescriptions, saving you time and money. Make the switch to Walgreens today and get more by earning 100 balance reward points and save up to $5 on each Medicare Part D prescription when Walgreens is your preferred pharmacy. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. Prescription savings applies to Tier 1 generics when you fill at a preferred versus a non-preferred pharmacy on select plans. Points can't be earned in New York, New Jersey, or Arkansas. Other restrictions and limitations apply.
Indeed knows it's hard to find qualified candidates when you're hiring.
It's like finding a unicorn.
But when you post your job on Indeed, it's easy to find people with the skills you need.
Nurse practitioner, 4+ years experience, acute care certification.
Indeed has a huge pool of amazing candidates and screener tools that help you find your most qualified applicants.
Whoa, an entire short list of unicorns.
See why more than 3 million companies worldwide use Indeed to hire. Post your job at Indeed.com/hire. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. Source.com score total visits.
I'm Keith Perry. Lots of people run for office and tell you how great they are. They talk at you, tell you what to think. That's not me. I'm a roofer by trade, and as a young man, started my business with an ethic of fairness and hard work, and the common sense to get the job done right. That was 40 years ago, right here in our community. Now Perry Roofing employs more than 100 people in the area. People I learn from every day. People that I'm proud to know. I want you and everybody in North Central Florida to have the ability to be creative and build a life full of opportunity and accomplishments. That's why I want to represent you in the Florida Senate, to make a difference and get results. I'm Keith Perry. I'm just a regular guy, but I've got the common sense and determination to get things done for you, for all of North Central Florida.
Paid for by Keith Perry, Republican, for Florida Senate.
Here is your 1-minute news brief. Authorities in Florida say Hurricane Michael has killed at least 29 people in the state, bringing the overall death toll to 39. The latest update in Florida adds 4 deaths from Bay County, bringing the total there to 19. The battle for Constitutional Amendment 13, which would ban gambling on commercial dog racing in Florida by 2020, has gotten ugly. At issue is not dog racing itself, but a phrase in the preamble to the proposed amendment that says, quote, "The humane treatment of animals is a fundamental value of the people of the state of Florida," unquote. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration yesterday said it had ordered Trans-Day North America to immediately stop transporting school children in Florida in a driverless school bus. A Pensacola woman is facing daily fines of $25 a day from her homeowners association because of a butterfly garden. And Disney World has shared new images and details about its upcoming gondola transportation system. And that is your news brief from The Source.
Some early sunshine on Tuesday before more clouds move in for the afternoon. We'll see highs 81 to 85 degrees. Some clouds around for Tuesday night with lows 64 to 71. We could see a couple of showers around off to the north on Wednesday. Otherwise, clouds with some sun, highs 80 to 85. An afternoon shower thunderstorm on Thursday. Otherwise, cloudy, highs 81 to 85 degrees. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Courtney Spamer.
The City of Ocala Department of Recreation and Parks are proud to present the 35th Annual Light Up Ocala on November 17th. The fun starts on the square in downtown Ocala from 4 to 9 p.m. There will be food vendors, 4 stages of entertainment, Whoville, Themed Kids Zone, the Downtown Holiday Skating Rink, crafts, the Junior Sunshine Christmas Parade around the square, then at about 7:30 p.m., the official downtown lighting ceremony. See you at Light Up Ocala.
Say, now would be a great time to refurbish those shrubs at your house, and the place to go is Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens during their big October shrub sale. Lots of variety, including ligustrum, holly, loropetalum, and many more. They're regularly $7.99 each, but this week you get 6 for just $29.99. And how about that super buy on azaleas? These are the popular Formosa azaleas in the #1 size, regularly selling for up to $7.99 or just $1.99 each for 1 or for 100. Hurry though, supplies are very limited. This just in, Bob has reduced prices on palm trees by 50%. All fruit trees and citrus trees also 50% off. Don't miss this. It's now, it's today, this week at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, daily till 4, Saturdays till 2, in the same blooming place since 1952.
Whether you're just starting out in your career or ready to make a change, being a commercial pilot is within your reach. The FAA has predicted that in the next few years, the number of planes in the sky will double, and that means a lot more jobs in aviation. Ocala Aviation has teamed up with an accredited university, enabling you to get a college degree in aviation while training to be a commercial pilot. And with options like financial aid, grants, and scholarships, it's never been a better time to get your new career in aviation started today. For more information, call me at Ocala Aviation, 352-861-7484.
May this Christmas be your brightest yet. May it bring you and the ones you love music, joy, and laughter. And fill your hearts with wonderful memories to share. From my Dollywood family to yours, we wish you happiness and joy this Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Plan your holiday getaway today. Visit Dollywood.com to start planning.
She doesn't even need to sing. Her voice is pretty, just talking.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Just pretty voice, huh?
She's very angelic.
All right, good morning, everybody. Let's see. We got some news we want to talk about. Anything on the light side? You know what I wanted to say before we do? This is kind of on the heavy side, though. Yesterday we had at least 2. Did we have 3 guests yesterday that were political in nature? Okay. I don't know, Robin. I'm thinking about telling the publicists no from now on when it's a political, a book with a political slant or agenda. It doesn't matter to me if it leans to the left or to the right. I'm just so tired of trying to get somebody to answer simple questions.
Yeah.
You know, oh gosh, I could get into it right now. Let me get into it a little bit.
Okay.
Because we had a guest yesterday, and he was telling us that the voting rules are unfair, and so I said, yeah, but if they're unfair, I wasn't agreeing that they were unfair, but I was saying, but if they are, just giving him benefit of the doubt, aren't they unfair to everybody equally? Well, no, they're not. I said, well, what do you mean? And he said, in Texas, you can vote with an NRA card, but not with the student ID card. And I said, okay, but he wouldn't let me get a word in edgewise. But aren't the rules like the same for everybody? So if you don't have an NRA card, isn't there another way? I mean, Election Day is not a surprise. Everybody knows it's coming up. You know, why do you have to have an excuse? And to me, it's a disservice to those people who are on the side he was represented, which in this case was Democrat. And if you know me, you know I don't. Oh my gosh, I don't care about that DNR stuff. Just talk to me. Tell me what your reasoning is. If you have a good something good to complain about with a solid reason for complaining, yeah. But how is it possible that he feels that so if he wanted and what he said he wanted was to be able to register to vote on the same day as Election Day. Okay. Should we vote on that? Well, what if we vote on that and the majority of people say no, I would rather give the elections officials at least a little bit of time to be able to sort through your registration to make sure you are indeed eligible to vote.
Yes.
Okay. So that's probably why we have it. Okay. But whatever the decision is, it's the same for everybody. How is it possible that they actually see that one party has an edge over another party simply because of the rules for registering to vote? Couldn't get a word in edgewise. He just didn't want to hear my questions, let alone my thought that if it's unfair, then it's unfair equally. You know, so that part. And what was the other guy? Oh, the other guy was saying that 95% of scientists agree that the world is warming, right? That the global warming is occurring. And I said to him, okay, but for those who don't think it's warming because of human activity, wouldn't the better message, and oh my, how many years have I been saying this? Wouldn't the better message for those people, because if you're trying to get people to say it's warming, first of all, you got some people who say, yes, it is. And I agree with those scientists, right? And you got those who say, no, it's not. But you can't argue about pollution because pollution is out there. And the world, if it's warming, is warming because of pollution, according to their statements. And so the next thing is, and he doesn't want to hear that. He doesn't want to hear that. He doesn't want to hear that you could just call it pollution instead of global warming. He wants to. I was going to bring up, but I thought, forget, I'm not even going to go there. In the 70s, there was articles in Newsweek magazine that said the world is cooling.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
By the year 2000, we're all going to be freezing. Well, hello.
Yeah, here we are.
Now it's turning around. All right. So, and the other part was, I was trying to suggest, what was it again, Robin? He said the world was warming. I was just trying to suggest that we follow just simple good stewardship rules, of keeping the world clean. Here's the other part. The other part was we had a guy on talking about Bono, the lead singer for U2, and that guy was trying to tell us about Bono's message. He was like representing Bono, whatever. And I said to the guy, and I know all of you know this, I've said this before, I drive 4 miles to work, okay? I walk pretty much everywhere else, I have like one light bulb on in my home when I'm awake. It's right next to me so that I can see if I'm reading something or, doing something with my leg. Gotta fix my leg. My leg's got something going on. But anyway, so I don't have much going on. Bono has a lot of stuff going on, and he flies around in jets all the time. His answer to that? Well, he needs to do that for his job. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So it's okay if I'm going to screw up the atmosphere because I can justify it with my job. And then there was this whole discrepancy in the earnings. You got people making a lot more money than other people. And so my question was, well, at which point do we start trickling it down? At which point does the government take away money from somebody else and give it to those people who don't have as much? Where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
Do you draw the line at the guy who makes $1 million? Does he have to give up $20,000 a year or whatever?
Yeah.
Or do you draw it at the guy who makes $50,000? Or do you take it from everybody? Do you have 2% from everybody? And then you spread it around to everybody.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then they want to tax corporations. They don't want to tax the people. They want to tax corporations. But what is a corporation existing to do? To provide a product and to make money. Why do people buy stocks in corporate? Why do people buy corporate stocks? To make money.
Yeah.
Okay. So if your stock is starting to drop because the government is taking a piece of the money, right? Where are they going to make up the difference? At the bottom, at the grocery store, at the auto store, at whatever. When you're buying something, Best Buy, everything will cost a little bit more. And so guess who gets taxed ultimately? The consumer.
Yeah.
How is that possible that they don't see that? Why don't you just say we're just going to tax everybody? Just tax everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want that. They say they're giving breaks to the rich. There might be some credence to that. But it's just impossible to talk to them. That's why I don't think I want to have as guests anymore. I'd rather have scientists who talk about bugs.
Yeah, exactly.
Car repair guys like Matt. Right?
You asked those guys yesterday a yes or no question, and they couldn't even answer yes or no.
Oh my gosh!
They went on this whole.
Oh, and then there was this thing about science. Republicans don't believe in science, and I said, "What are you talking?" Oh, and then he said the white guy thing.
Yeah, he did.
He said the old white guys, and I'm thinking, well, my father was an old white guy.
Yeah.
Well, he was a nice guy. What are you talking? Why are you picking on us?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, why? And are you allowed to do that? I thought we were not supposed to pick on each other's race.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck?
Yeah, that's right.
My son is a nice white guy. He's a young guy.
Yeah.
My father was an old guy. I'm not going to say I'm old or white. I'm kind of rouge or something.
Oh, there you go. I like that.
Lately.
Yeah, a new category.
But anyway, I'm trying to be silly, and also make a point at the same time. It's just you can't even argue with them. I mean, why are they picking on white people? I mean, why is that?
Yeah.
What's going on there? I mean, is it to balance it out because we picked on black people forever?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we stop picking on blondes? I still hear blonde jokes.
Oh, sure.
How come that still happens?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, so he wants me to look at science. He says, well, you're a Republican, right? Yep, sure I am. Okay, well, you guys don't believe in science. And I said, what are you talking about? Well, global warming. 95% of scientists say the world is warming up. And I said to him, well, what percentage of scientists believe that life begins at conception? Boom.
There you go.
Silence.
Yep.
He didn't want to answer that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, well, what would you prefer? To have babies born with defects? And I said, well, I wasn't even going there. I was just asking what percentage of scientists believe that life begins at conception?
Yeah.
And I'm not even talking only about humans. I'm talking about cattle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about worms.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the trees.
Mm-hmm.
When the bumblebee brings the pollen and it hits the pistil in the flower.
Yeah.
Boom, life begins.
Yeah.
Nope. Scientists very rarely disagree with that.
Yeah.
I haven't heard one disagree with that yet. But, so all of a sudden now we're the ones who don't pay attention to science.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Robin. You can't even get a word in, and then you feel rude because they're the guest and you're trying to give them some moment. And P.S. Some of them pay, to be honest. So they're paying the radio station, and I'm arguing with them.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, you're not rolling over.
All right, let's look at the news. Anybody want to call in? You are welcome to do this. The number is 622-9622. Lottery players have a chance to win big, colossally, hugely, extraordinarily big in tonight's record Mega Millions drawing worth $1.6 billion.
Wow.
The semi-weekly jackpot has been growing since July 24th, causing a frenzy at many convenience stores, also known as bodegas, by the way.
That's right.
Apparently.
That's right. They're bodegas.
Based on sales projections, 75% of the 302 million possible combinations will be chosen for tonight's drawing. Hey, I was watching this guy yesterday give advice on what to do if you win this money. Mm-hmm. This is what he said. He said, first of all, take the lump sum. It's going to be a lot less than that, probably about half of that. And then pay your taxes. Again, another half goes away. Mm-hmm. Then he said deposit it in use bonds, and he had a little formula.
Mm-hmm.
And then live on the interest, and the interest would be $160,000 a month.
There you go. I can handle that.
And the rest of the money would continue to grow for your future, for your children, for whatever. Mm-hmm. But you could have $160,000 a month. Now, if family, friends, say, hey, I heard you won $1.6 billion. You can say, well, I really only get $160,000 a month. Why? Do you need money? Well, what do you think I'm here for?
That's right.
Yeah. So then you would help them out, whatever way you felt appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked what he said, because that means you're not going to blow it. You're going to have that little trickle coming in. $160,000 a month.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
not little, but anyway.
No.
Hurricane Willa, I was just talking to you about this, could make landfall as early as today, bringing with it strong rainfall and life-threatening storm surges to Mexico's western coast. It's the 21st named tropical storm or hurricane of the eastern Pacific this year. It has exploded in strength over the past couple of days from a 40-mile-per-hour tropical storm to a 160-mile-per-hour storm. Wow. Mm-hmm. As of early this morning, Willa had maximum sustained winds of 140, so it dropped a little bit. Still, that's fast enough to do a lot of damage. It was located about 80 miles off of Las Islas Marias in Mexico. Las Islas Marias. Now, the path of the storm does show it crossing Mexico and then entering the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, okay.
If it does that, then it becomes an Atlantic storm. I suppose it'll still have the same name, but who cares about that? It'll be out there in the water near us, and let's hope it disappears.
Yeah.
Two of baseball's marquee franchises are ready for the first pitch of the World Series today at Fenway Park in Boston. It'll be live at 8:09 p.m. Eastern Time. I know what Galen Unold will be doing at that time. The Red Sox, who won a franchise record 108 games in the regular season and beat Houston in the ALCS, host the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight. The Dodgers survived a thrilling 7-game series against the Milwaukee Brewers in the National League Championship Series. So there you go. So tonight, 8 p.m., 8:09. Wow, that's a weird time. 8:09.
Yeah.
Why do they do 8:09?
I know. It's kind of strange, but that's okay. Go Dodgers.
Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said he would use a speech to Turkey's parliament today to reveal the details in the killing of Saudi Arabian journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Last week, Saudi authorities said Khashoggi died during a brawl inside the country's consulate in Istanbul. As you know, this story has changed several times over. Mm-hmm. So he'll reveal today, they say, what happened to the guy.
It's too sad.
Classes at the University of Utah are canceled today as police search for a suspect they say shot and killed a student outside of a dormitory on campus.
Oh, my God.
According to University of Utah Police Lieutenant Brian Whalen, a female student's body was found in a car near the school's medical towers. Following the reports of the shooting, the campus was on lockdown for nearly 2 hours yesterday. Last month, an ex-convict pleaded guilty to killing a University of Utah student from China using a gun stolen after another slaying.
God.
Here's a good political one. I would love to hear what you all have to say about this one. The battle for Constitutional Amendment 13 here in Florida.
Okay.
Which would ban gambling on commercial dog racing. Has a bit of an issue that is being raised right now, and it has nothing at all to do with whether you believe dogs should race or not, although that's part of the argument. That's not this argument. This argument is about the opening line in the proposed amendment. It says, quote, "The humane treatment of animals is a fundamental value of the people of the state of Florida," unquote. Think about that sentence. The humane treatment of animals is a fundamental value of the people of the state of Florida, unquote. What is there to disagree with that line?
There isn't.
The fundamental value. The humane treatment of animals is a fundamental value. So a coalition of Florida groups, including the Florida Farm Bureau, the National Rifle Association, and the Florida Cattlemen's Association, opposed the ballot because of that line, because they say that could lead to extreme animal rights groups suing under the amendment to ban any practice that is not deemed sufficiently humane. Okay. Which would mean the slaughter of cows and pigs and goats and whatever else we kill to eat. Mm-hmm. Could be considered inhumane. The way the No on 13 group sees it, cattle slaughter, hunting, and fishing even could be on the chopping block. Yeah, if you put a line in the water with a hook on it, and you grab an animal by the mouth and you pull it in, and then chop his head off so you can eat it for dinner, it might violate that humane treatment of animals part of this. I don't know.
Okay.
Of course, if you ask the fish, they have no problem just swallowing each other whole.
Exactly, bones and everything.
I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure that the animal kingdom has any problem with other animals eating animals. I'm sure they try their best to get away from predators, and we've all known that forever. But right now, think about it. Right now, there's a lion or a tiger or something over in Africa right now with the carcass of a gazelle.
Yeah.
that it just caught.
Exactly.
And it just died like within the hour. And it is now, and the lion now has blood all over his muzzle.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the way God made those creatures.
Mm-hmm.
This is a story. Oh my gosh. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration yesterday said it has ordered Transdev North America to immediately stop using self-driving school buses in South Florida. What?
Since when are they? I've never heard that they were down there.
Transdev's use of the EZ-10 Generation 2 driverless shuttle in the Babcock Ranch community in Southwest Florida was unlawful and in violation of the company's temporary importation authorization, according to the Auto Safety Agency, known as NHTSA, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. In an order late on Friday, back in March, they gave Transdev permission to temporarily import the driverless shuttle for testing and demonstration purposes, but they never said you could use it as a school bus.
Oh, that is ludicrous.
And they were using it as a school bus.
How stupid is that school system down there?
Mommy, we don't have a driver on our bus.
How stupid.
What? You don't have a driver on your bus.
Yeah, they can fight and do bad things and everything. How stupid is that school system? My kid would be out of there in a heartbeat. I'd move.
Here's another one to make you say, what? There's a woman up in Pensacola. She lives in an adult community, and there's a homeowners association, and she has planted some flowers that attract butterflies. And she likes to take care of those butterflies. But they are not a pet, according to the homeowners association. And therefore, she is in violation of one of their rules, which said the only animals you're allowed to have are dogs and cats and other household pets. So she's being fined $25 a day until she stops with the butterfly garden thing.
Wow.
She's got a butterfly garden. $25 a day works out to $9,125 a year.
Wow.
$25 a day, ma'am. Come, you should have got those butterflies out there. I see a butterfly out there.
Wow.
That's not mine. That's Margaret's.
Yeah, there you go.
No. That didn't. No.
That's right. It crossed the line.
What about the hummingbirds?
Yeah, they've got
right?
Yeah, right.
We got some hummingbird plants over in the other yard across the street.
Move up here to on top of the world. They love butterfly plants and hummingbird plants, and you won't have a problem.
Can you imagine that?
Isn't that
$25 a day?
You know, give somebody a little taste of power, and they think they're God. Okay, I'm ruling you. This is my kingdom. Do as I say.
You're right.
Wow.
You remember the wolf that escaped from the Seacrest Wolf Preserve in Washington County?
Yes.
They found it.
Oh, thank God.
Here's what happened. A deputy saw the wolf. The wolf's name is Tahane, I think. Tahane, maybe, without the yeah sound. Anyway, a deputy saw the wolf and tried to get it to come to him, but it did not want to come to him.
Well, it's a wolf.
So they contacted the lady who raised the wolf, and when she showed up, the wolf came right out. Hey, Mama! I know you!
But that homeowners association wasn't happy.
Two different stories.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I know. I was just trying to make a joke.
Gotcha. Okay. Disney World has shared some new images and details about an upcoming gondola transportation system.
Okay.
Disney revealed 6 facts about the new Disney. They call it the Disney Skyliner. It looks like the buckets that used to be at Six Gun Territory.
I bet it does. When you use the word gondola, that's the only image that comes to my mind.
The big difference between this one and that one, this one has 6 miles of cable.
Wow.
You will be able to take a gondola from Hollywood Studios over to, let's see, what does it connect? Hollywood Studios and Epcot will be connected.
Nice. Now that'll be a nice ride. I tell you what, though, those cables had to be inspected every day when I worked at Six Gun, and then the inspectors came out once a month to look at everything. They took pictures, they took everything, and that wasn't 6 miles of cable.
No, not 6 miles. Yeah, well, we would hope that they They have that on their list of things to do.
Yeah.
All right, that's all the time we have for our informal delivery of the news. We do a formal delivery of the news at 8:35 if you want to tune into that, where we don't offer commentary. And we'll take a little break. Galen Unold from LifeSouth Community Blood Center is up next. We're going to talk about the World Series and about whether he's a fan or not of certain things.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Turkey's president says the Saudi Arabians who killed a Saudi journalist in Istanbul should be tried in Turkish courts.
President Recep Tayyip Erdogan saying Jamal Khashoggi was the victim of a savage murder. His words are spoken by a translator.
It is clear that there was a premeditated roadmap.
He questioned why the journalist's body is still missing. Saudi Arabia says Khashoggi died in a brawl.
Fox's Simon Owen. Jamal Khashoggi disappeared 3 weeks ago today. Someone sent an explosive device to the home of the liberal philanthropist George Soros.
The billionaire wasn't at his suburban New York home late Monday afternoon when an employee there discovered the suspicious item, alerted police, then took it to a nearby wooded area where a bomb squad later destroyed it.
Fox's Lillian Wu. The FBI has taken over that investigation. This is Fox News.
24/7, 365. You're up and at 'em every day, so you don't want something like Medicare Part D to slow you down. At Walgreens, we'll take care of your Medicare Part D prescriptions, saving you time and money. Make the switch to Walgreens today and get more by earning 100 balance reward points and save up to $5 on each Medicare Part D prescription when Walgreens is your preferred pharmacy. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. Prescription savings applies to Tier 1 generics when you fill at a preferred versus a non-preferred pharmacy on select plans. Points can't be earned in New York, New Jersey, or Arkansas. Other restrictions and limitations apply.
Indeed knows it's hard to find qualified candidates when you're hiring.
It's like finding a unicorn.
But when you post your job on Indeed, it's easy to find people with the skills you need.
Nurse practitioner, 4+ years experience, acute care certification.
Indeed has a huge pool of amazing candidates and screener tools that help you find your most qualified applicants.
Whoa, an entire short list of unicorns.
See why more than 3 million companies worldwide use Indeed to hire. Post your job at Indeed.com/hire. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. Source ComScore total visits.
I'm Keith Perry. Lots of people run for office and tell you how great they are. They talk at you, tell you what to think. That's not me. I'm a roofer by trade, and as a young man, started my business with an ethic of fairness and hard work, and the common sense to get the job done right. That was 40 years ago, right here in our community. Now Perry Roofing employs more than 100 people in the area. People I learn from every day. People that I'm proud to know. I want you and everybody in North Central Florida to have the ability to be creative and build a life full of opportunity and accomplishments. That's why I want to represent you in the Florida Senate, to make a difference and get results. I'm Keith Perry. I'm just a regular guy, but I've got the common sense and determination to get things done for you, for all of North Central Florida.
Paid for by Keith Perry, Republican, for Florida Senate.
Here is your 1-minute news brief. Authorities in Florida say Hurricane Michael has killed at least 29 people in the state, bringing the overall death toll to 39. The latest update in Florida adds 4 deaths from Bay County, bringing the total there to 19. The battle for Constitutional Amendment 13, which would ban gambling on commercial dog racing in Florida by 2020, has gotten ugly. At issue is not dog racing itself, but a phrase in the preamble to the proposed amendment that says, quote, "The humane treatment of animals is a fundamental value of the people of the state of Florida," unquote. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration yesterday said it had ordered Trans-Day North America to immediately stop transporting school children in Florida in a driverless school bus. A Pensacola woman is facing daily fines of $25 a day from her homeowners association because of a butterfly garden. And Disney World has shared new images and details about its upcoming gondola transportation system. And that is your news brief from The Source.
Some early sunshine on Tuesday before more clouds move in for the afternoon. We'll see highs 81 to 85 degrees. Some clouds around for Tuesday night with lows 64 to 71. We could see a couple of showers around off to the north on Wednesday. Otherwise, clouds with some sun, highs 80 to 85. An afternoon shower or thunderstorm on Thursday. Otherwise, cloudy, highs 81 to 85 degrees. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Courtney Spamer.
It's that time again. FAFO's Ocala Arts Festival, one of the most loved events of the community, is coming the 27th from 10 till 6 and the 28th from 10 till 5 downtown Ocala, with 165 artists from around the country competing for $22,000 worth of awards, free admission, free children's art projects, free live entertainment, and free parking, plus food trucks to curb your appetite. Come all, Ocala's Arts Festival voted 32nd out of 200 of the best festivals in the USA.
The City of Ocala Department of Recreation and Parks are proud to present the 35th Annual Light Up Ocala on November 17th. The fun starts on the square in downtown Ocala from 4 to 9 p.m. There will be food vendors, 4 stages of entertainment, Whoville, Theme Kids Zone, the Downtown Holiday Skating Rink, crafts, the Junior Sunshine Christmas Parade around the square, then at about 7:30 p.m., the official downtown lighting ceremony. See you at Light Up Ocala.
The Vanguard Knights improved to 8-0 with a 48-14 district win against the Lake Weir Hurricanes.
So Rucker looks to the sideline. It'll be second down. I guess they'll call it 5.5. 2 wideouts each way. Again, man-man coverage, 7 men in the box for the Hurricanes. And they're going to fake a run blitz. And they're going to bring that run blitz. Rucker looks. He fires over the middle for Manuel. Manuel's got it at the 45. He's to the 50. It's a foot race, and there's a dive by Burt, and he foams up short. That will be touchdown Vanguard on an 85-yard perfect throw from Rucker to Manuel.
The high school football game of the week is presented by Honey Baked Ham. Ask about their tailgate pack for only $19.99. Call 352-861-0011. This week is homecoming for Vanguard, and Merlin will have his Knights fired up and ready to go as they take on the Forest Wildcats. Pregame starts at 7 and kickoff is at 7:30. The high school football game of the week right here on WOCA, The Source.
Shop, sample, and share the fun at Orlando's favorite event for women, the Southern Women's Show, October 25th through 28th at the Orange County Convention Center. Discover hundreds of boutiques filled with the latest fashions and trends, jewelry, gourmet treats, health and beauty, and so much more. Meet Savannah Chrisley from Chrisley Knows Best on Saturday. See actor and best-selling author Keegan Allen on Sunday, and watch your firefighters heat up the stage. Visit southernwomenshow.com for details. Discount tickets at Walgreens.
All right, 6 minutes after 8 o'clock, Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center. Good morning, Galen.
Hey, good morning, Larry. Robin, how are you?
Pretty good, but your promo for Friday night's football game sounded really exciting. That's a good one.
Yeah, it still sounds like I did it in my office. Still working on it.
Well, what are you using? This is more shop talk.
I'm just using it's basically a webcam microphone, and I'm editing it through Audacity. It's not the editing; it's just the quality of the sound. It just sounds like they're doing it in an empty room and not in a studio. And I was trying something different, and I was hoping it would sound different on the air than it did. But that's okay.
It sounded good. I mean, it didn't sound too bad. I mean, I can hear the holler, but it's a live. You're at the stadium. I mean, you're outside of the game.
Well, I think the game audio sounds better than the read, and that's part of the issue.
I hear you. Yeah, it sounds all right. Sounds all right. Don't be too hard on yourself. Sounds okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
So tonight, 8 o'clock, what are you doing? At 8:09 p.m., what are you doing?
8:09, I will be tuned in, and I will be nervous. I'll start getting a little grumpy at about like 7:15. And then, I'll just be on edge. So I'll have to take the dogs for a long walk and try to get out some nervous energy. And it's true. I'm not. Yeah, that's why I could never watch it at a sports bar. I just couldn't do it.
Do you know that is a very good skill to have? Not walking dogs or sports bars. It's a very good skill to have to know in advance that you're probably going to be grumpy.
Oh yeah, well
that's a good skill.
I'm 48 years old. My wife's like, "What time do they play?" I said 8:09. She goes, "Well," and she looked at me and she had this look. She's like, "Well, do I have to stay up?" And then I apparently I just gave her a look, and she goes, "Yeah, I guess I'll stay up." So I don't know what that look was, but
oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So she's a bandwagon fan. She'll only care about if we're playing the Yankees or the World Series, because she knows that's when I care.
It's too funny. That's good stuff, though. It's actually it's very sweet to hear that, isn't it, Robbins?
Yeah, it is. It really
Good
is
relationship
sweet.
you have.
But she'll bring her pillow and blanket for the couch.
Secrets to a happy marriage are somewhere in that story. There are some secrets right there.
Yeah, you have to support each other.
Well, nobody's going to sleep. Everybody kind of knows that I'll scream and yell. I don't scream and yell during the regular season. I didn't scream and yell against the Yankees. I did scream and holler a little bit, but it was in the middle of the day against the Astros. But tonight there will be some screaming and hollering. So,
so at least you've been spared. Okay, you could be angry the night before and then angry again in the morning on this show. Had the other team won, what was the name of that team again? The Marlins? No, what was that team?
The Brewers.
The Brewers, yeah.
Brewers?
Yeah, if they had won, then you would have, anger at night, anger in the morning, because every time the Brewers beat the Red Sox, you would have been so upset.
Well, honestly, I think the Red Sox would just have swept the Brewers, and I think they'll beat the Dodgers in 5. I think Clayton Kershaw is just a really quality pitcher, and I think they may win tonight because I'm not really sure about Chris Sales. But other than that, I think the Red Sox will sweep. The Red Sox haven't lost a game 1 in the World Series in something like 75 years. So
How much would the tickets sell for tonight's game? How much would they sell?
So, I just looked for fun. I know they had some box seats that were on the Monster, which is on the wall in left field, for 2 tickets for $25,000. I don't think anybody's going to buy those.
What?
But you could get a ticket. You could get a ticket for about $750. It's not a great seat, but that's about the cheapest one I saw.
Are you saying $750?
Yeah, $750 for one ticket.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Now, if they go to Game 7, I think that ticket will be $1,400, maybe $1,500.
Wow.
God.
So guess what? So if they go to Game 7, which I don't think they will, if they go to Game 7, it'll be on Halloween in Boston, and the rumor is that Stephen King will throw out the first pitch.
Oh my gosh! Isn't
Oh
that
wow! Oh, that'd be interesting. Wow!
He's a huge Red Sox fan.
Yeah. Oh wow! That's awesome.
Well, you hear about the different pitchers that pitch during the games, but what about the catchers? Do they alternate catchers like that?
Sometimes, yeah, but yeah.
So
it's a little different.
Okay, so let's say you and I were walking somewhere, let's see, between New York and Boston. What's up there? Like in Bridgeport, Connecticut somewhere. You and I are walking down the sidewalk, and we find an envelope, and there's $3,000 in it. And it said, this money's yours, but you must use it to buy tickets to something.
Yeah.
And I say, hey, Galen, we could go see Hamilton on Broadway. And you say, well, no, it's Halloween, and the Red Sox are playing tonight, and Stephen King is going to be pitching.
Yeah.
I'd rather go there.
Okay. Yeah.
So what would we do?
I give you half, you give me half, and then we go to do what we enjoy.
There you go.
I mean, Hamilton tickets aren't that much anymore, either, are they? I mean, I don't think it's as popular as it once was.
Okay, I don't know. Last I heard, they were 800. The back row was 800. Last I heard.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. Well, you can get 2 tickets. I'll give you $1,500.
Oh my gosh, that's kind of funny. Hold on, the phone is ringing. Let me take a phone call. It might be one of your fans. Okay. Good morning. You're on the air with Galen Unold.
Yes. Good morning, baseball fans.
Hey, Hugh.
It's going to be an interesting series. It's going to be winter in one series and summer in the other. I don't know why that game's got to be played at night at 8 o'clock or 8:30 or whatever it is. It's going to be probably under 40 degrees, and that's not baseball weather, but whatever. I guess money is the big thing involved there. It's something that I heard was very interesting about the Brooklyn and the Red Sox teams. The last time they met, Babe Ruth pitched in 2 games. And Brooklyn was called
the World Series. Yeah.
Brooklyn was called the Brooklyn Robins then.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Brooklyn.
Yes.
Yes, he said yes. I didn't mean to cut either of you off. You're both still on. I don't know what to say, but this is your conversation.
Yeah, I don't know what year the World Series was, but all I know is from what I heard was that Babe Ruth pitched in 2 of the games, and Brooklyn was called the Robins back then. But anyways, it'll be an interesting series. I have no particular feeling for each team. In fact, it's just too late at night to watch baseball now for me, and especially when they get on the West Coast. I mean, you'll be up to 1 o'clock in the morning watching baseball. But if I had an interest, I would probably tape it and watch it the next day. But anyways, we'll see what happens. Let's just hope it doesn't snow in Boston because it'll be cold enough.
All right. Thank you, Hugh. Appreciate the call. Galen, you want to comment on that?
Yeah, it's going to be really cold. It's going to be in the 40s during the right before first pitch. So yeah.
Does that give does that give Boston a little bit of an edge because they're used to it, or is that a wrong assumption?
No, I mean both. They're all professionals. They know every trick in the book. They'll put Vaseline on the backs of their arms and stuff like that to keep them warm, and they'll have pocket warmers and stuff.
I never thought of doing that.
Yeah.
We should do that for the Christmas parade.
I'm going to do that. Yeah, put Vaseline on the back of my arms.
That's a good idea. Well, I guess.
And I mean, Babe Ruth pitched for the Red Sox against the Dodgers in 1916. So the last World Series they won was in 1918 before 2004.
So were they called the Robins? Do you remember the name, the Robins?
The Dodgers, the Dodgers were then called the Robins. Yeah, and then they became the Dodgers, and then they moved to LA. I think in like 51 or 52. I can't remember what year they moved. Something like that.
Wasn't Dodger the name of the cat or something on Oliver and Company?
Yeah, Dodger
it was
the dog.
Something like that, because the guy who bought it had some affiliation, and they changed the name. I don't really know.
Oh, really?
I guess I got mixed up then. I thought they were playing their first game in Los Angeles. I guess I got mixed up.
First game is in
in the Green Monster.
It's in 12 hours. 12 hours from now.
Okay.
12 hours. Hey, 12 hours from now, just think to yourself, 12 hours ago, you were on the radio talking to people who don't really know a whole lot about baseball.
You go.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Well, do you know, do the fans know in advance what pitcher is starting for each team?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Galen knows. If they don't know, Galen will tell them.
Yeah.
He knows.
Yeah.
So what is it? So Stephen King is going to throw out the first. So what? Do they always have a celebrity person at the first pitch of every game?
Sure. Well, they always have somebody throw out the first pitch of every game. It's not always a celebrity. Sometimes it's like a cancer patient who's overcome, or somebody who is a CEO of a company who made some kind of donation or something like that. It needs to be me. That's my goal, is to throw out the first pitch of a professional game. I don't care if it's minor league or single A or anything else. That's my goal.
The only song I ever bought Galen Unold was a James Taylor song. It was about.
Well, guess who's singing the national anthem tonight, Larry?
Oh, is he really?
James Taylor.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I got to tune in for that. I got to make sure.
Well, it's amazing that that's the one thing I don't care about, because I think it takes too long. And then I never know. And again, this is one of those things. When you listen to the national anthem on TV, I don't know what to do. Am I supposed to stand?
Yes.
Am I supposed to face my flag?
Yeah.
I mean, it's very, very uncomfortable. Yeah, am I supposed to salute? Am I supposed to take off my hat? These are the issues that I face, and I think it's weird. And 99% of them don't, they're like, okay, good job, let's move on. It means more when it's in person than it's on TV. And I don't like it when they show it on TV. There you go.
So James Taylor, I'm looking at the picture of the article. James Taylor will sing Anthem before Game 1 of World Series. That's kind of cool.
He must be nervous. He has to be nervous.
What? James Taylor?
Yeah,
he's played at Fenway Park like more than any other artist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but this is a big thing. This is, the World Series. And he's playing
James Taylor's.
It looks like he's going to play his guitar, too, while he's singing, and that's really good.
He always plays the guitar. Yeah.
The issue will be is the cold, right? Isn't it harder to play in the cold?
Yeah, but I mean, how long? This is a very short and easy song, so.
3 minutes. If it's longer than 2.5 minutes, there's a problem. If he breaks out into, if there's something in the way she moves, then we're going to have a problem. He mashes it up, with down in Mexico. Then there's, people may just storm the field.
So here's a music trivia, since you brought up something in the way she moves. So James Taylor, in the early part of his career, before he was famous, was actually signed to Apple Records with the Beatles. And so he was in the same studio that you're familiar with, the one called Abbey Road Studio now. It was EMI Studios back then. And he had been working on that song called Something in the Way She Moves. And he left the papers on the mixing board or whatever, and then George Harrison walked in there and he saw that line. He said, "Oh, I like that line." So he used that line as the opening line to the song Something. Mm-hmm. Have you were aware, right, that the line exists in the song Something?
No, I don't know if I've ever heard that song.
Oh, really?
Galen's young.
It's a Beatles song. Something in the way she moves. Mm-hmm. Right? So it wasn't the other way around. People thought James Taylor stole George Harrison's line, but George Harrison himself said, no, he left it on there, and I just thought that was a great line. Mm-hmm. He didn't even know it was the title of a song. He just thought somebody wrote it on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
So, isn't that cool?
Gosh, that's very cool.
All right, I got a topic for you, Galen, but let's get through the blood stuff first.
I do have a question for you guys.
Go ahead.
So have you guys reviewed any of the amendments yet that are on the ballot? Have you guys already done that?
We've done it a couple times, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. My default is always to answer no on all amendments.
Me too.
Are there any that you're voting for?
I think the one where felons get their rights back after they've served the time.
Yeah, I'm still on the fence on that one.
But if that one also says judges must retire, I'm trying to remember if that's the one that's got a secondary thing in it.
No, I think that's another one. There's two, right, that they combine like three different amendments and put them on the same thing.
I know. Then I vote no.
They get so confused. That's why my default is always no.
Right.
But then you have to make sure that your no's not really a yes.
Right. Make sure it's not a double negative. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I tend to vote no because Larry and I saw something on a news story the other day that they said that once a felon gets out of prison, they're likely to, do harm to their last victim, if the victim's still alive. So I tend to vote no.
Well, that was just to make a difference. That was jail, not prison. It's a big difference.
Oh. Okay.
Somebody gets arrested for domestic violence, is what they were saying. They get put in jail. The statistics said within 45 minutes after they bond out, they are often back at the same person's house.
Oh, okay. So I didn't.
But prison, they've been there a long time. They've had time to think about it. So.
True.
All right. So how is the blood supply?
Hey, right now we're right at a 4-day blood supply. We need more. Right now, we should be at about a 7-day blood supply, but the hurricane kind of hurt us. So just please get out there, give the gift of life, and donate blood.
Yeah, and it's an important reminder. It's the way we are reminded, Robin and I, and it's probably the reason every time we see a LifeSouth bus, we say, "Are we ready? Are we due yet?" Because you have to wait 8 weeks. Don't forget if you donate blood. If you've never done it before, whatever the reason is, if it's because you're scared or whatever. Go. Just trust me. There's nothing to be afraid of. Mm-hmm. So,
that's right.
I want to thank Palm Garden of Ocala and Penn Flooring. Those two sponsors make that announcement possible. Jan will be here later on. They were voted best of the best over at Palm Garden.
Yes, they were.
By the Star Banner had a little contest, I guess they do. Mm-hmm. So go to Palm Garden, take a tour. They're at 2700 Southwest 34th Street, and they will be able to tell you the answers to all of your questions about long-term care, what skilled nursing actually means, the therapies they have available for you if you're finding yourself needing to use that electric car in the grocery store and you'd rather be walking. Well, they might be able to help you with that. They have all kinds of rehabilitative therapies over there, so ask about them and find out what they can do for you or a loved one. Penn Flooring, that's a pretty easy one to tell you about. They put quality flooring into homes and offices. They did it for us here at WOCA. They can do it for you too. Pay a visit, not take a tour, but pay a visit to them. They're at 1201 Southwest 17th Street. They do have a showroom. You can look at the different samples in the showroom and find out for yourself how you can make your home or office more beautiful from the floor up.
Yes.
All right, so today's topic, Galen, is fan or not.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tell you things. Are you a fan or not of mittens?
No.
No, me either. I don't like mittens.
I like mittens.
You like mittens?
I do.
Isn't that a girl thing?
I think so.
That's a girl thing.
I think so. I think so.
I need my fingers. That's what makes us human is our fingers. So, our opposable thumb. Yeah.
Yes, the
There you go.
opposable thumb. We need that thing. All right. Are you a fan or not of motion sensor faucets?
Yes.
Are you?
No. They turn off. You're washing your hands. They're done.
Yeah. Fair. That's why I pause because sometimes it's hard for them to turn on, and sometimes they turn off too fast.
Where's it?
Yeah. So,
Where's the spot? Where's the
but
sweet
I have
spot?
no problem with it.
Hmm.
Right. I don't. Yeah. I would never put them in my own bathroom.
Are you a fan or not of ketchup on hot dogs?
No. Mustard and relish is what was supposed to be on a hot dog.
Oh, no, gosh. Ketchup.
And no, a hot dog's not a sandwich.
No, ketchup.
Period.
Ketchup for me. No mustard. Ketchup.
That's because, I wonder if this is like a Midwestern thing. Mary, you put ketchup on yours?
By nature, I put mustard, but I have lived here for long enough, and Alex used to love ketchup on hot dogs, so I swing both ways. Let me just put it that way.
But you prefer mustard. You prefer
Okay.
mustard, right?
I would say, I probably lean toward mustard. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Are you a fan or not of abbreviations?
Yes.
No. Not
Yes, I am.
Are you, Larry?
Most of them, I'm like, why? Why couldn't you have spelled that out?
Yeah, right.
How do I supposed to know what that means? Are you a fan or not of Cool Whip?
No. Just bad.
We don't know what it is. We don't know what it is.
No, it's good.
What is it?
Pretty much oil. Oil, right? It's been whipped. Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Bad. I don't even like the taste of it.
Are you a fan or not of Facebook tagging? Well, you're not on Facebook, so.
No, I think it's no. And I hate it when I get tagged.
Are you a fan or not of surprise parties?
No. Going to them or being the person, either way.
Oh, you don't like either way?
Kind of ridiculous.
Robin, you like surprise parties?
Yeah, I do. I think surprise parties are real nice.
Are you a fan or not of the robot vacuum cleaner?
I have one. It's fantastic.
Are you a fan or not of the Happy Birthday song?
Which one? The original one that became copyrighted or something, or
right. The one that just.
Yeah, it's the Happy Birthday song. It's fine.
You're okay with it? Okay.
I mean,
Well,
at some point, I will say this: at some point, you should no longer have "Happy Birthday" sung to you until you reach another level in your life where, like, God dang, I can't believe you're still alive. So there's about a 70-year window where you should not be sung "Happy Birthday" to in any instance.
Right.
If you're 30, nobody should be singing you "Happy Birthday."
All right, let's see. Are you a fan or not of dog racing?
Am I a fan? I've gone to a couple. Yeah, I mean,
No
I
big
used to
deal?
do a live radio show
Oh, really?
from the Greyhound track in Jacksonville. So, am I? I haven't been in 25 years.
I've never gone to one. Have you
20
gone to
years.
one?
No.
Are you a fan or not of bumper stickers?
And by the way, that's on the I know that's one of the
Amendment
amendments.
13.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey, if people want to race dogs, let them race dogs. Now, how they treat them is already illegal if they're treating a dog inhumanely. So, no reason to relegate anything else. All right, there you go.
Bumper stickers, Galen. Bumper stickers.
I would never put one on my car because there's not a lot of things that I feel that passionately about. But I think the ones where they say, whether there's a bad word on it or infers a bad word, I think is in bad taste.
Oh, yeah.
Most bumper stickers are in bad taste.
Yeah.
Or they're political, and both of them, depending on which way you look at it, are in bad taste. So,
All right, one more. Are you a fan or not of the Spanish weather girl?
always trying to get me in trouble.
Of course.
Well, if you gave me an option, either or, I'm going to take it.
I like the Smash Brother girl. All right. Galen, where's the Bloodmobile today?
Hey, Bloodmobile today, we're actually at Ocala Oaks, which is an apartment complex, I think. And we're also out at the Lowe's in Wildwood. So those are our two options today.
Very good.
Nice.
Enjoy your day. Thank you for what you do, Galen, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
You guys are the best.
Thank
Bye,
you.
all.
And thank you, Palm Garden and Penn Flooring. We'll be right back.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Turkey's president says the Saudi Arabians who killed a Saudi journalist in Istanbul should be tried in Turkish courts.
President Recep Tayyip Erdogan saying Jamal Khashoggi was the victim of a savage murder. His words are spoken by a translator.
It is clear that there was a premeditated roadmap.
He questioned why the journalist's body is still missing. Saudi Arabia says Khashoggi died in a brawl.
Fox's Simon Owen. Jamal Khashoggi disappeared 3 weeks ago today. Someone sent an explosive device to the home of the liberal philanthropist George Soros.
The billionaire wasn't at his suburban New York home late Monday afternoon when an employee there discovered the suspicious item, alerted police, then took it to a nearby wooded area where a bomb squad later destroyed it.
Fox's Lillian Wu. The FBI has taken over that investigation. This is Fox News.
24/7, 365. You're up and at 'em every day, so you don't want something like Medicare Part D to slow you down. At Walgreens, we'll take care of your Medicare Part D prescriptions, saving you time and money. Make the switch to Walgreens today and get more by earning 100 balance reward points and save up to $5 on each Medicare Part D prescription when Walgreens is your preferred pharmacy. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. Prescription savings applies to Tier 1 generics when you fill at a preferred versus a non-preferred pharmacy on select plans. Points can't be earned in New York, New Jersey, or Arkansas. Other restrictions and limitations apply.
Indeed knows it's hard to find qualified candidates when you're hiring.
It's like finding a unicorn.
But when you post your job on Indeed, it's easy to find people with the skills you need.
Nurse practitioner, 4+ years experience, acute care certification.
Indeed has a huge pool of amazing candidates and screener tools that help you find your most qualified applicants.
Whoa, an entire short list of unicorns.
See why more than 3 million companies worldwide use Indeed to hire. Post your job at Indeed.com/hire. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. Source.com score total visits.
Here is your 1-minute news brief. Authorities in Florida say Hurricane Michael has killed at least 29 people in the state, bringing the overall death toll to 39. The latest update in Florida adds 4 deaths from Bay County, bringing the total there to 19. The battle for Constitutional Amendment 13, which would ban gambling on commercial dog racing in Florida by 2020, has gotten ugly. At issue is not dog racing itself, but a phrase in the preamble to the proposed amendment that says, quote, "The humane treatment of animals is a fundamental value of the people of the state of Florida," unquote. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration yesterday said it had ordered Trans-Day North America to immediately stop transporting school children in Florida in a driverless school bus. A Pensacola woman is facing daily fines of $25 a day